Hi, it's Brian. Welcome back to my channel, The Independent Cruiser, the channel for people who love to cruise, but maybe want to do your own thing when you're in port. Today's excursion is Catania, Sicily. So here's the thing, most med cruises are very port intensive. You might get lucky and have a sea day interspersed going from Rome to Santorini, something like that. But typically you're just hitting port after port after port. And a lot of these places you just don't want to miss. You know, you're in Athens, you're going to get up and you're going to go see the Parthenon. You're in Naples, you're going to get up and go see Pompeii or Sorrento or some other just amazing thing. But it wears you out. So one of the things I love is just hitting these very relaxing ports where there's just no itinerary, no plan. You can just stroll around and take it easy and just enjoy the city and the culture. And that's the way I feel about Catania. We didn't book any excursions for Catania. We didn't have any plan whatsoever. If you've seen some of my other videos, Pompeii, Athens, you know we like to have a plan, get off the ship early, execute the plan, catch a cab, catch a train, whatever it might be. But I really loved Catania because it was just so relaxing. And it's a beautiful, beautiful little city. So we had a 7 a.m. Arrival time, but we didn't get off the ship till 11. We slept in, we went and got a nice breakfast, headed off the ship, and we found kind of the main thing, the main spot in Catania is the Piazza del Duomo, where there's this beautiful cathedral. And looking at Google Maps, which I've talked about before, when I get in, I like to orient myself with Google Maps, figure out where we are in the port, how to get to wherever we want to go to. So we got into the port, figured out it was about a 15-minute walk from the pier to the piazza, the main piazza there, and we would just explore from there. Well, the walk itself ended up being a great little adventure because we stumbled upon this Palazzo Biscari, this very historic, large house. We literally just stumbled upon it. So you can see here in Google Maps the route we took, and then we went by Palazzo Biscari. You can Google it. There's a lot of information, and we ended up staying a pretty, good amount of time, about 20, 30 minutes in there. Our daughter, she just loved it. She was taking photos, and it was just a fun little stop. Then we got to the main Piazza del Duomo. We decided we wanted to tour the cathedral at some point, but it closed at noon that day, and it was about 11:45 by the time we got there. So we went in. It's beautiful. I would highly recommend it. Check the hours, the day you're going to arrive, because one of the things about not planning is you can have unexpected things like things close early. So, but we got to see the whole thing. It was great. They let us in 11:45. We probably spent about 30 minutes walking around. Just a beautiful, just beautiful European cathedral. And then we were out about 12:15. But let me tell you, it was hot. It was really, really hot. It was hot outside. It was hot inside the cathedral. So one of the beautiful things about the piazza there is just, all kinds of little restaurants and shops lined up. So we decided to go ahead and grab lunch. It was about 12:15. Just sit down under an umbrella at a little, table and just have a relaxing lunch, people watch, just enjoy the scene. And we did. We just found one of the spots there. We got to try arancini, which I had never tried, which are the fried Sicilian rice balls. My family really loved those. We had some calzone. Just a really nice lunch, very reasonably priced too. A lot of times, you get the warning, if the menu's in English, avoid it because it's going to be a tourist trap, that kind of thing. That wasn't our experience at all. We just went right up. We looked, at one of the restaurants. Menu looked good. We sat there, had a perfectly nice lunch. It was very reasonable, under 20 euro. And then when we kind of, felt better, we got our re-energized, After lunch, we just had a nice stroll up the main shopping corridor called Via Etnea. There was just, all kinds of stores. It was, a little on the higher end side, right? Nice department stores, um, coffee, an Ely store, things like that. So it was just a nice stroll looking in stores. We bought a few things, and then we just made our way back to the Piazza del Duomo, looked in a few stores there, kind of circled the piazza some more, and then we headed back to the ship. And again, it was just a nice walk back, very hot. Um, After our lap around the piazza, we did stop and have some ice cream, kind of cooled off a little bit, and then made the final push back to the ship. But it ended up being about a 4 hour afternoon. I know my description doesn't sound like it should have taken that long because it was just a lot of strolling and sitting and lounging and relaxing. But the architecture in Catania was spectacular. It was just a very classic, nice little European city. We didn't have any problems navigating. Everyone was very helpful, very friendly. It was pretty cool too because overlooking all of this was Mount Etna, and it just had some smoke coming out of it. So just having the volcano right there, that was pretty neat. And then we just went back to the ship. So again, about a 4 hour outing, very relaxing, very worthwhile. And again, I just really liked having a relaxing day. Uh, like I said, those med cruises, they're very port intensive. And so it is nice to have just a relaxing walking day without any real set itinerary. I kind of feel the same way about Mykonos. Mykonos is another one of those places where I don't like to really plan a lot, like to get off the ship and just explore and see whatever comes our way. I hope you found this helpful. If you've been to Catania recently and you did something different and really fun, please drop that into the comments so everybody can benefit from your knowledge too. So thanks so much for watching.